Welcome back to the Realtor Diaries podcast. I'm Kim Jacobi with Century 21 and the Jacobi team. And with me, as always, is Elijah McGowan, also with the Jacobi team and Century 21.
Yep. Don't forget that if you have a real estate story to share with us, you can submit it to the Realtor Diaries podcast at gmail.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please. We are very excited about our guest today, Jordan Hunt.
Hey there.
He's an escrow officer with Fidelity National Title and Escrow here in Chico. Jordan has actually grown up in the title and escrow world. His parents both were in the title and escrow business. And so it's kind of actually the story that you shared with us off camera was cool. You're like, your dad and mom actually met.
Do you want me to give a little?
Sure.
Say, you wouldn't be here without title and escrow.
Yeah, tell the story.
Unusual. It might be a little singular. So my dad was managing Mid-Valley Title in Orville and actually ended up hiring my mom. So things kind of took a different turn and they had me and my brother. And so literally title and escrow is kind of a reason why I exist, which is strange. Right?
That was the seed.
Yeah. And then just growing up around it, I have spent so much time in escrow offices. It's amazing what you can kind of pick up just being around.
For sure.
It's really helped me be familiar with a lot of people, what they do in town to actually kind of shift into the job as I got older. So
yeah,
it was nice.
That's awesome.
It's very beneficial.
Yeah.
And I know one of the main things we're going to talk about today is staying organized. But we were so excited to have you on, even as we enter into the episode, because you are an avid listener of our podcast.
Yeah.
I know. We love that.
It's what you're doing is super interesting for me. First episode, Jeff.
Yeah.
I know Jeff.
Yeah.
That's the cool part is if you're around in the community doing this type of thing long enough, you cross paths with quite a few people.
Yeah, definitely.
And so it's just amazing to watch and listen. And I know this person, I know that person. I'm familiar with, I think the only person that you guys have had on that I've never met or spoken to is Dan Jacobi.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Literally no one's coming to mind that I'm not in one way familiar.
What about our plumber, Nate? What was it? Lang.
That's okay.
Okay. Our plumber. Yeah.
Well, let me readjust that.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Yeah. Although realtor.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because, the platforms that we put our podcast on, YouTube and Spotify, are huge platforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yet when we're local like this and we bring on local people, it can kind of become its own little local hub.
That's why it's interesting for me is, maybe not so much a plumber in New York,
right,
but escrow officer Jordan here in Chico is really fascinated.
Yeah.
I love the people aspect of what we do. And sometimes we've got so much going on and we're just brushing paths through what we're doing now for work.
Absolutely.
So you get to sort of get an idea more about a person from just listening to them talk about their real estate exam.
For sure.
Listening to them talk about what it was like being a woman in the 70s getting into real estate.
Oh.
Me and Elijah, we've heard plenty of things, but to actually have someone who's been through all that kind of talk about it that is very interesting.
It's crazy hearing because I was a little kid and my mom worked in offices and she had that yellow copy paper on the back of all of her pages.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And when I started doing real estate, I always thought in my head, I was like, that is the coolest thing because you write it once and you get a copy.
Right. It's duplicate, triplicate papers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then to hear people talk about it from a professional standpoint, they were like, oh yeah, I was working when we were using that. And it's just so different now.
I remember my email came out.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
When you start to think about it, you're like, man, things ran slow back then. You can imagine getting a set of documents.
Oh gosh.
And they're doing the issue of it.
Yeah.
And this is 1975. You're not it.
Your
No,
lender
it's
is
like
100
snail
miles
mail.
away.
Snail mail.
Another issue. And now the world is such a small place. It's like, hey, do you guys have the capability to sign from and close? Yeah, you can if you're on board. Hopefully,
From Germany.
yeah. Which
Right.
thing is
Yeah.
they're on it, but you're cut off.
Yeah.
Like certain forces need to align.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible how quickly certain things can get done now.
Oh, I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Just in honesty.
like DocuSign.
Yeah.
Game
It's
changer.
crazy. Yeah.
Although sometimes I get a little worried because, like, maybe it's a client that I've only interacted with once or twice. And so they gave me this email that I'm docu-signing to them.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, we've communicated that this is where they want me to send it. And that's right. And then, like, am I really sending it to them?
I know.
Which does a signing certificate really tell you?
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't.
sometimes it feels like we've lost a little bit of, like, authentication almost.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just to make it convenient.
Yeah.
Which is neither here nor there. It's fine. It can be okay.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
arguments for both sides.
Anytime something like that gets introduced, there's going to be the positive aspect and the negative aspect.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's kind of, I guess, what we're consistently dealing with is the changes.
Yeah.
Keeping up with them. Like, appreciate you reaching out about that Orville form
Yeah.
and everything.
And actually, that's a California Association of Realtors form.
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
had done with the Orville Association and everything, a presentation or something.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny how this stuff starts to unroll. We've got our whole office doing trainings over like the end of this week, which is the end of this week today, and then next week on exactly.
For something new that's rolling out.
Yeah.
You know, there's always something new coming in real estate. And
Always something to learn.
People are going to love that.
Yeah. So would you say, did you have like a favorite episode or a favorite topic that we've talked about, or any that stand out in your mind?
I pretty much appreciate the interview segments with everyone.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of like unsung heroes out there and everything. You had Katie Williams on.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Great.
I attended a class by her, and
Every
just as good as on the podcast.
fourth transaction she's associated with in
Yeah.
some way, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like we need 2 or 3 of her.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
That kind of thing. So, you know, I've worked with her for years. We've exchanged plenty of emails.
Right.
I've never really heard her talk about her side of what goes on and
Yep.
everything. So that's what I really like. And then you guys have met with a couple people, asked random questions on the street.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
it into the streets. So you liked that new segment?
Yeah.
Awesome. We haven't gotten any reviews about it yet.
Why not? It's interesting to see, like, you know, you're going to have someone's like, it's a good time. It's a bad time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
just the different mentalities. Someone said that they're just putting stuff together and praying and putting good energy out there.
Uh-huh.
Something's going to fall into place. So you kind of get an idea of different mentalities. And
Oh, yeah.
like I said, I like people. So it's just interesting to be somewhat familiar with what you're talking about and get to hear other people's kind of take on things.
That's good to hear, because it's honestly been a little difficult to get out and take it to the streets. Like, and-
It's definitely outside of our comfort zone to just walk up to a random person and be like, want to be on our podcast?
Incorporate it with your door knocking.
Yeah.
This is
No.
a take part.
Yeah.
This is called door knocking man on the street.
Yeah.
And we'd
That's
like
not a bad
to hear you
idea.
today.
I appreciate just you guys are bringing people in the community into this sphere where other people can kind of listen
Yeah.
their take on things. I really appreciate that. We're in like the podcasting era.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like this should be more common of a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
You had mentioned, like, I think Elisha mentioned it when he was in our office. We're doing a podcast. This was a year ago or whatever. I think the beginning of the year is when you started.
Yeah.
And like, I hadn't even considered it. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What I
Yep.
think
Yeah.
Just brought it up.
it's something that I think a lot of teams for sure attempt to do. Podcasts come and go. It's definitely a grind to stay consistent.
Very much. So.
And but we really enjoy it because we get to meet other people, just like what you're saying. Like, we get to know people in our area and our industry, better. And it just really feels like it's a unifying thing. And then hopefully people are listening and picking up nuggets or feeling connected. It's just basically, I think our main goal is just to provide positivity in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're doing what we do, your only communications are emails.
Yeah.
And it's like a sentence that's not punctuating.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're like, I don't know if this dude's mad at me or what, but and when you hear them talk and see them as like a normal person and everything and talking about their experience, it kind of, you're like, all right, just another dude.
Yep, exactly.
I Realtor Diaries.
Yeah, and there's some people that I've done deals with, meaning I was like maybe the buyer's agent and they're the listing agent, and I couldn't pick them out in a crowd. I don't know what they look like because I've never met them.
Yep, right. I have a picture on it.
Yeah. Or they do, but everybody's picture looks like them.
Once a year. That's what I'm working on. I've got my 5-year-old photo on my business card, so I got to update that.
Yeah.
You say that, and I think, okay, there's 1 or 2 people that I've communicated with extensively, like written hundreds, maybe thousands of words back and forth. Yeah. I couldn't tell you what they look like.
Yeah.
And sometimes your mind tries to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
You're like, this sounds like a tall person. Probably got a mustache. And then you're like, whoa, way different.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of
I do that with DJs on the radio.
not right.
Yeah. Yes, I listen to the radio.
It's almost better when you get it right, though.
They tell me the radio people are never what you expect.
No, I'm always wrong.
What's the I've got a face for radio. Kind of.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So the topic for today is staying organized. I know for those of you who may not be familiar with what an escrow officer does, do you want to give just a short explanation of
high level overview?
Kind of like in layman's terms.
Basically, we hold an account for funds for the transaction. It's a trust account. And then we take instruction in the form of like a purchase agreement, escrow instruction amendments to the purchase agreement. We have our own instruction. Yeah. So we create forms as well at the title and escrow company and get those signed. So we are basically taking in the instruction on what needs to happen with those funds and complying with that. Mm-hmm. And kind of coordinating things between parties. We receive bills to pay because we're handling the funds. We do schedule signings for people, work with the lender, just kind of, we're like a sort of a glue in the transaction that brings a lot of the parts together. And then we get to record the documents when everything's in order and disperse the account. And thankfully, more often than not, everyone's happy. So
there you go.
Yeah, we basically are essentially just trying to be a third party that works for the buyer and the seller. We're mutual. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to affect the transaction in such a way that complies with what everyone is instructing us to do.
Might be an odd analogy, but I immediately thought it was like, I mean, it's a bit simplified, but it's like a switchboard operator. Making sure all the things know where they go.
Yeah, there's another component to it too. That's the escrow side, but we do title insurance. We're an insurance company first and foremost. So we're also issuing title policies to people once we close that protects from title defects in the past.
Yep.
Which some people are like, oh, I don't know about that. It's important. Mm-hmm. I can be like, oh, I have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of an issue, and I didn't pay $900 for an insurance policy.
Yep.
Yeah. So if anyone tells you, hey, let's waive that owner's policy, it'll save us $700. You might want to be like,
no. In 11 years, I've never had one person even bring that up. It's never been a question.
It's good. It is. Yeah. It is an important aspect of what we do is the insurance aspect. And
I mean, you think about it, it's a one-time fee that covers you the whole time you own the house.
So it's very unique. It's a one-time premium.
Yeah.
It covers you indefinitely into the future until you sell the property or transfer the property or anything.
Totally worth it.
And it also, what's unique about it is it covers you from things arising from the past. So if you're
Mhm.
paying for health insurance or something, you're waiting for something in the future to happen, but it's an
Mhm.
insurance that protects you from things that might not have been discovered that happened, up to 1850. That's when
Yeah.
California became a state.
It's like
So
it's like if the seller had given someone the right of first refusal,
yeah,
and
yeah, so-
that like comes up
Mhm.
2 years later.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
something
it's like
like
how
that.
could anyone have known that this was the case?
And there's weird stuff that can happen
Yeah.
and everything. So no one's perfect. No one can do everything perfectly so that an insurance isn't necessary.
Right.
Like, there's just so much that can happen.
I mean, all the forms would make you think that it is like super button tight and perfect, but I mean, they were all written by humans, and it's all humans
Yeah.
doing the transaction, and all these,
absolutely.
and you can have a million eyes on a project and still have one thing wrong. It's just true.
Yeah, and we only know what we know.
Exactly.
So we're searching public records.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's things that can be accessed by our people in some kind of database. So off-record matters. We don't know
Just
what we don't know.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big thing now, fraud. We protect against fraud. So
Mhm.
you've heard of like the home theft stuff. People can record a grant deed into their name or pretend to be a seller and do
Yep.
some terrible stuff. So
Oh yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
part of the constant changing environment. Now we do a lot of due diligence on verifying our sellers, going through a process. Sometimes it's frustrating for people. A lot of people really understand though, like we're protecting everybody in
Mhm.
this. You don't want to get to the finish line and then have to try to undo a real estate transaction.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
hey, I didn't.
You can't make returns.
I think they sue everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's an agent in my office who tells his clients, like, okay, you're buying this house, maybe like once or twice a year, just pop into the office and I'll look up your property and make sure that it's still it still shows on record that it's in your name, that it hasn't been stolen from you.
Yeah. And then another indicator is tax bills. So people can file a preliminary change of ownership
Mhm.
with the county. And it's sort of a thing that is like doable fraudulently.
Mhm.
Right. So then if for any reason your tax bill is not showing up or you find
Yeah.
there's a record
I
that
can
it's been
understand that.
changed, yeah, then you would.
But when
definitely
people
want-
wrap it up with their mortgage, maybe they're not
yeah,
thinking about
yeah,
it.
if you're
Most people do.
if you're impounded, then,
Yeah.
then you might not be aware. So it's mainly that kind of thing is mainly for like vacant land though.
Yes.
And if you've got like some property that you haven't been to that's vacant or some kind of rental property for a long time, it's usually identified as properties where the actual owner is not going to be noticing anything
Right.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
But it does all pretty much tie into staying organized. Like if you're
Yes.
staying on top of it, making sure you know where your tax bill is going or where it's
Yeah.
coming or where it's coming out of, then
Yeah,
Like-
knowing
like
who
you-
pays
like
it
Kim
is
said.
important.
yeah,
Sometimes
you check once or twice a year, and you're gonna be doing a lot better than someone who isn't. Just
Well, I get a lot of interesting calls. Like we'll go through a whole 30-day escrow. There's a loan, tons of loan documents. You guys see
Oh, yeah.
loan document packages for sure. And then like a month goes by. Like when do I pay my mortgage?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
what? So am I not paying the taxes? And
They'll call you afterwards.
yeah, we have talked about this, but this is what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of clarify things. But I think it comes from there's being so many capable people assisting people through a process. It makes it easy to just kind of go like, do I sign this? Here
Yeah.
I go.
Well, as when you're buying a home, especially if it's a first-time home buyer or somebody that hasn't gone through this process in years and years, there's so much information coming into their minds. And then when we get close to the closing table, they're just starting to think about like, now I got to move. And so, they've probably just been trying to coordinate movers and
Yeah, really. I got
the truck. And
Yep.
so when it comes to the closing table, they're just like, they're wiped out. The process is exhausting.
Somewhat traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard a statistic once that the process of buying a house or selling a house is as emotionally stressful as divorce.
I think the two might coincide sometimes too.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
true.
You want to test your relationship? Go buy a house.
Oh,
Hire.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So you get a lot of emails and you're dealing with, back in the day, a lot of papers, but now, of course, we're talking about electronic files, electronic paperwork. How do you stay organized? What kind of ways do you?
The actual physical file is still super important. Some people,
Papers?
some people do run like a primarily digital desk, which is just fine. But we do deal with originals.
Yes,
So
that's true.
I've got, here's a grant deed that's going to record our agreement with the county. We electronically record, but we have to have that document in our possession.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it's like a sort of a trust kind of thing. Like, yep, I've got this. We digitally submitted it. It gets recorded. We can take the digital recording information, first page, put it on top and provide that to the client. So we are dealing with quite a bit of originals. So you're going to need a file in one way or another.
Uh-huh.
So I still utilize the file as like my main source of information. So basically we get a request to open escrow. We get that done, comply with whatever's being asked. Like, some people have the earnest money thing down. They're like, I got it figured out with my client. You'll be getting a check. And then some people are like, here's a phone number, reach out, tell them what's going on. So we work on that. We've got options. We say, what do you prefer? Kind of get that opening part situated. That's a critical moment. There's a few like critical moments.
Yep.
So the opening, get the file. I have sections in my drawer. First section of file would go is waiting for a prelim.
Oh, okay.
So you can get ahead of certain things, but for title clearing, you really don't know what you're looking at until you get a preliminary title report.
That's right.
It's Fidelity saying, in our instance, it's Fidelity saying, like, if we meet these conditions, then we can insure. It's a preliminary commitment to insure. So there will be like, what the prelim is saying is these exceptions are exceptions from coverage. We're not going to insure you against like not paying your taxes.
Right.
You obviously taxes on there. And then we're not going to ensure that this mortgage is on here. So, pay off. We got to pay off that, clear the lien.
Yeah.
So we clear the liens.
Right.
And then when we issue the final title policy, it's free of those, what you call like certain encumbrances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a little instruction on what needs to happen. So that's another kind of critical moment, getting the prelim. So I'll print it out, comes in through email, print it out, grab it. Here's my waiting for prelim stack, pop it in, can't review all of them immediately. So then I create a little stack that I get to by the end of the day.
There you go.
And then it's kind of addressing things like, okay, who's signing the purchase agreement, who's on title. There will be an indicator.
Mm-hmm.
Something's amiss. Is someone deceased or these heirs, that kind of thing. We're not always given a full picture.
No.
Yeah.
Same with us.
Yeah. So a little bit.
We play detective.
A little bit of detective
Yeah.
work. But then that would be the next big thing, would be getting that title cleared, so that we're in like a ready to go position. Where like all the items that need to be addressed is first getting the title like pay off. I've got my death cert. We've got this trust proof for those different things. Yeah. Once all that's done, I've got a ready to go drawer. So with how much is going on, I'll check the prelim, put it in all my notes and everything.
Yeah.
If I get an important email that has to do with the file, I can drop it in my email section. But what really helps me is if I take this step I know I need to address, just take that email, put it on top.
Yep.
Because then once the prelim comes in,
So you literally print off the email.
yeah. Put
Nice.
it on the top. Prelim comes in, they're gonna go, what's this in here?
Yeah.
4 days have gone by. Lobbies. Then kind of get refreshed. Okay, do this. So that really helps. And then I have another section where it's like pending clearing title. So I've already reached out. I've already reviewed things. I've already sent the prelim out. Now I'm just kind of collecting. That really helps having a double section because about a couple minutes. I'm through it. I know what I'm waiting for. This. Okay, I got to follow up on this. So then I just literally take the ones in bad address it, follow up,
Yeah.
put it in the front. Okay, I'm waiting for something that might take 5 days to come in. I'll call that a check. I'll put it in the front. And then it just kind of recycles
Yeah.
what I need to relook at, what I need to follow up on.
I feel like I can see you at your desk right now, like
Yeah.
where all your things are. Yep.
And then the next big thing is like, it always feels really good. Is, okay, title's clear, ready to go. Boom, I got a drawer. And it makes me nervous when it gets pretty full because it means a lot of stuff's going to be closing.
Yeah.
But it's basically ready to go. I mean, I'll be waiting for a closing date. I'll be waiting for...
That's when we're waiting on the lender. Usually.
Yeah,
There's a
loan docs, that kind of thing. And then all the while, there's the email stuff. So
lots of emails.
Flying over your head, back and forth.
Yeah, this is all...
And how many emails do you get a day, would you say, on average? Ish. I mean, every time, like 20 or...
The last
100?
time I was out, I think it was a little over 400 emails. The last time I was out for a day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my!
But there's I have my team email.
Yeah.
And then my own regular Jordan email for work.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're out, there's like a, hey, please include my team if you have. So there's quite a bit of duplicates and stuff like that, and then people responding. But it's hundreds.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, trying to stay organized with email.
Get rid of them.
Yeah,
that's my trick.
Yep, same.
Like they come in, just do it.
Yeah, once you've got the thing figured out, get rid of it. Like I've gone through that with some people I've worked with. It's kind of like, man, your inbox has 1 million things in it. That's confusing. No, I've got it. That's like, it is really easy when you actually only have the stuff you need to do in there. So I have color coding in Outlook.
Yes.
Same.
My the red flag.
Yep.
That's my like, gotta address this.
I started utilizing pinning. And so, because you can pin things and they go to the top.
I think I pinned.
Stay at the top.
I pinned current transactions.
Yeah.
So I have these red ones, which are like, this got to be addressed.
Yeah.
Flag. And it can't maybe not addressed right away or whatever, but this is something that would need to be taken care of sooner than later. And then like color coding, simple, open escrow, mark it blue. Maybe I'm doing a couple things, and then can respawn, include my team if they haven't been included. Like, okay, let's get this open. Once it's being processed, I combine it with like a yellow flag. So I'm like, okay, this is something that needs to be done for an open escrow and it's being processed. Then when I have it all kind of figured out that it's actually open, I can double check this email, this, drop it in the file, get rid of it. Just kind of clear things out. So lender requests are purple. Stuff I'm waiting for, like my title group, green. Stuff that's active, I just tag a little yellow one next to it. So it might be confusing for someone who's not like in tune with what's going on. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for me.
It's your
That's
system.
what's important.
When I whittle those down, it feels really good.
Yeah.
Like voicemails and emails give me this feeling of like
no control.
And it's like a hamster wheel for sure.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, like I'm caught up.
So Mondays just must be a big email day from everybody emailing you, all the realtors.
Oh, you guys don't quit?
No.
We are
mostly
24/7.
Yeah.
Which is, it's perfect. A lot does happen over the weekends.
Yeah.
A lot. Monday there is quite a bit, but I would say nothing compares to the amount of correspondence towards the end of the month.
Oh yeah. And why is it that it seems like all escrows close towards the end of the month?
It's not me.
I don't know.
I promise. No,
that is such a weird cycle that seems to happen.
Yeah, there's things on the loan with like when payments are due.
Yeah.
And
but I mean,
interest and everything.
If you look backwards in the process, like we've been showing houses and then we find the one and then we write the offer and it takes an organic kind of amoeba-like structure with how we get it put together with the other side. Maybe there's counter offers and things. And somehow, no matter if it's a 21-day escrow or a 30-day escrow or what, it always ends up wanting to be closed at the end of the month.
Yeah. Things get pushed out.
Yeah.
I think there's a feeling of like, well, we've got a little bit more time. It's not the end of the month yet. I think it's a bigger lender thing. It's like getting that closed in this month versus next month. Docs can be redrawn as
Yes.
first payment, things like
Yeah.
that. So I think it's kind of a two-part factor. Is some of them are okay being pushed out a little bit, and then at the same time, people were like, "Wait a minute, we can close this month." I know that it's scheduled to close on October 5th, but let's try for September 30th or
Right.
whatever. So I think for whatever reason, it feels like it's easier for things to get pushed out towards the end of the month, and simultaneously things that are kind of maybe closing super early the next month can be wiggled into the end of that month. That's the difficult part.
I actually never thought of it from that perspective of the lender. I mean, and I know the docs have to get redrawn, but I just never thought of it timing wise for some reason.
Yeah. And I mean, someone probably has a better explanation of what's going on there, but I just try to roll with the punches.
Yeah. And then for the buyers and sellers always want to close ASAP unless they still live there and they need more time. But buyers, it's all based on when they planned on, getting the keys. Like if they get in their head that they're getting keys, so then they plan that weekend.
Yeah, that can be difficult
to get in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I always tell my clients, my buyers, like this closing date is estimated.
Please do.
Yes.
Estimated
closing date.
It's always a little stressful when it's like, oh, I have several $1,000s worth of like moving trucks and stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's happened.
Yeah, and it's like
to one of my clients.
It's like, okay, everyone's going to really bust their rear for this, which is like a normal thing. We always try to make things happen, but the added level of stress and some things that probably could have been mitigated earlier on can be a little bit difficult. So yes, the close of escrow is, I mean, some people want me to give them an absolute answer. Like this will close next week on Tuesday by 1:30.
And you're like, I don't have that kind of power.
They're always wording the questions in a way to try and get you to say it.
Well, I did it one time where it was my first year working as my own kind of escrow officer, not part of a team or someone else's team or anything like that. And we had a slam dunk going on. There was someone that was like, you've got my docs, you've got my money, we're about to make a decision. Can you guarantee we're going to get this recorded? I'm like about ready to release it to record. I'm like, this is a sure thing.
Oh, no, what happened?
Someone drove into a power pole in Horville and shut down the county recorder.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It had
within a few minutes.
It had to be that day of all days.
I'm like, no, we're good. So I will never again promise a close.
Yeah.
Because, people,
you never know when someone's going to drive into the power pole.
Force major.
Good, but you told me.
I know. You're like,
yeah, I did.
I didn't have my
that,
crystal ball out to see that was going to happen.
There's a lot of that kind of thing.
Yes.
Like we're relying on a bunch of third parties too for different things.
Oh, yeah.
Does insurance come in? FedEx. So many people are signing all over the place.
Oh yeah.
So it's like we got to have a big network of notaries.
Yep.
That can get that done correctly, which is not 100%. Nothing ever is.
No.
There's a lot of little parts where a small thing can go wrong and sort of derail things for a day or so.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
I learned the hard way as a early realtor that I needed to learn the FedEx drop off and pickup schedule because that affected how it affected our closing. Because I didn't realize
I got it in FedEx at 5. Oh, they pick up at 3.
Yeah,
they're not going to get that process till the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in tune with that. So
Yeah.
It gets hard though. I got a client, Wichita, Kansas. And you're like, okay, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So I've got a trusted network of notaries. Like shout out to US certified signers. They do a great job. They've got people all over the place and really helped out make it happen. All the people are extra approved to do business on real estate things and everything.
That's nice.
And so fortunately, they have a network all over the country, and I could get a pretty quick answer. Like, when's we're looking at this city, this state, when's their FedEx pickup, drop off? We're trying to make something happen. They'll investigate that. Sometimes it takes an hour or two, 3 or whatever. But they give us pretty good information. And then you kind of start having to relay some certain things. Like some places, it'll be like very rural. There's a FedEx 48 miles away that picks up at 11 a.m.
Right.
So that you're like, this is for sure not happening. I've got to notify people.
Yep.
So it's just that kind of thing. There's a lot of little things that I'd say never put a lot of money on anything in real estate happening specifically on a given day and time in the future.
No. Yep.
Yeah.
You never really know.
No.
So that's part of the world being a small place. We've got people in other countries doing on notaries now. It's just as time goes by, crazy.
Yeah.
We're able to get more done in different ways.
And doesn't it seem like the sellers always go on vacation? They've had this vacation planned for a year.
Doesn't matter if it's summertime. Doesn't matter if it's the middle of
and they're going to
winter.
be out of the country.
Yeah.
And they just happen to get an escrow, and they probably had their house for sale for 6 months, and it just happened to get into escrow, and they're going to be gone, and right in the middle of it, or usually it's towards the end. So they got to sign ready.
It's a good thing to know. What can be difficult is when we've got like a week left, and someone goes like 3:00 on a Friday. My client just told me that they're leaving.
Like no one knew.
They're going to be gone Tuesday morning. They're going to be gone.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let's
Yeah.
let's figure this out.
Yeah.
But most of it's doable and everything. That's why it behooves me to try to do the title clearing portion as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll have to order an updated payoff towards the end if the one that we ordered closer to the beginning expired and everything. But it is good to try to be in a position to be able to pivot for whatever comes up. It's, there's a lot that can happen.
You do really well with that. We really enjoy working with
you.
you, Melody, and
I have an amazing group of people I work with.
Yeah.
I've got a team of like highly skilled people. So what I've really been trying to do is just let people know it's not me. There's a group of us.
Yeah.
And y'all do some good work.
A group of really, really good people. I call them my angels, my saviors. Some days are rough. And you're like, man, if you guys went around doing this would not happen.
I have to say that I admire anyone who has a career in escrow and that does a good job and is still doing that work, because I don't think I could do it. I don't think I'm cut out for that. Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
You certainly don't get
So-
love.
It's a compliment. People are like, well, I wouldn't want to do your job.
It is a compliment.
You're like,
It is a
well, I'm
compliment.
doing this job.
Yeah,
I mean,
job
you've got-
security. Not many other people want
No,
to either.
You've got to be patient, organized, and smart and caring and empathetic, and flexible. And you have to be smart.
Flexibility is
Have some,
very important.
yeah,
I think my ADHD helps with that. I call
yeah.
it open tabs like a computer. So
Ready to switch.
it's so hard to just focus on one task.
Yeah,
Like
no.
when you go out, so it becomes a situation where you're like, okay, I'm working on something urgent,
Mm-hmm.
and I have something kind of urgent to do after that, and then something super duper urgent just came up. And while you're trying
urgent.
to do that, then
Yeah.
you've got like super duper whatever
Duper
urgent, like an even bigger version. So it's just
Yeah, there's nothing. So everything, the base level is urgent in escrow, really urgent,
It's always-
and then it's super urgent, and then it just goes up from there.
Yeah, so it's a lot of just readjusting what is a priority
Right.
at that point, and kind of managing that. And if you're not somewhat thinking about a lot of things, then you'll miss something. So I've got I love it when I can close a tab, but sometimes something that should take half an hour can be you could take up half of the day.
Yep.
You know, you've got important calls and stuff like that.
And
it's just-
technology sometimes rears its ugly head and decides to be
we realize
unforgiving.
so much on
Yeah.
technology.
We do.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yep.
I feel like my computer actually crashed, my work computer,
Oh my gosh.
and I felt like completely blind
Yeah.
and everything. I'm like, oh no, I'm
Well,
vulnerable.
I guess I'm driving a Best Buy right now.
Yeah, they got my computer took care of it pretty quickly.
That's
Is
good.
everything a backup and where all of our accounts are, you can kind of upload it to another one.
They're all in the cloud kind of.
Yeah, we just like, oh, this is horrible, catastrophic. You know, I can't respond to people. I'm going to have 1,000 things to do.
Yeah.
But that's where the people you work with really come in handy if you've got good people that chip in and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah, I can't explain it. It's, you know, anyone who's like, I've got this, I'm so good. You know, like there's people helping you out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's awesome to hear how your job goes and how organized you are. And we're so happy that you came on to the podcast today.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. You gave us a lot of really good insights.
Oh, much appreciated. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Well, I think that was a great segment from Jordan.
Yeah. It was really interesting. And I could talk to that guy for hours.
Absolutely. And I think getting another person's view about the podcast was nice. And then he had so much to say about being organized and the escrow process. It was super valuable for me personally.
I know. I was fascinated with his drawer system.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, and he uses actual paper.
Yeah, I know. When I was starting in real estate, I was like, I'm going to use actual paper. And then I did not do that.
There's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if I like go and buy him some coffee, he'll teach me how he does things. And I can just do the same, like similar, but for like real estate version.
Right.
Realtor version, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was great. And we're really glad that he came on the podcast and that he listens. And we hope that you guys enjoy listening to the podcast as well. And just remember to subscribe so that you'll get the next podcast automatically when we upload. And we will catch you on the next podcast.
So yeah.